Hey, welcome to Caching in the Northwest. This is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday at 9 p.m. Pacific, and they call me Chris of the Northwest. And we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while the zebra tries to find the ape cache, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
It's all black and white to me, isn't it? Tonight, I'm talking about not black and white, but blue.
Oh,
as in Big Blue Switch Day, don't you know? It's out there. It says big somewhere out there, even though some official things don't. It's just very, sporadic and inconsistent. But we like to call it Big Blue Switch Day. And it's, today. If you're listening to this in the future, Big Blue Switch Day was still today when we recorded it. I don't know what date it is.
Yes. Yeah. The math is mathing on that one.
Live audience, tell us what you think about Blue Switch Day. Is it big? Is it really big? Is it a really big blue? Really big switch? Anyway, share your thoughts in the chat. We want to hear from you. But first, before we jump into tonight's show, it's time to bring in our big blue baboon. Some say he puts the punctuation before the sentence. And others say he was stuck in the copy machine overnight. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Good to be out of the copy machine. I'd much rather be stuck in the coffee machine overnight.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. And what did you do to get stuck in the copy machine? No, I don't want to know.
I was making images
copies.
on a dare. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good to be back. I would say I missed you guys last week, and I did, but I also had a very good time
sure
away.
Yeah.
So we were enjoying a wonderful long weekend away, and so appreciate you guys keeping the podcast coming each and every week. And speaking of keeping the podcast coming each and every week, well, we also appreciate the support of our patrons, without whom it would be very difficult for us to keep the podcast coming each and every week. And, well, why don't we just take a moment to thank our corporate Denali level sponsors. That would be Landsharks, LANDSHARKZ.ca. Check out their latest sales and promotions and deals. And even when there isn't a deal, there's great geocaching stuff to find online at landsharks.ca. And our other corporate Denali level sponsor, well, that is Gold Country Geotourism. Folks, visit exploregoldcountry.com, learn about the geotours, learn about the region, plan your Gold Country adventures for this summer and spring, and don't forget to download the app. And if you want to know more about supporting this very podcast, we encourage you to click the Patreon link right over there on the cachingnw.com website.
Thank you so much. And in case you wanted to know, Keats is currently stuck in the beer machine.
Not a bad place to be, Keats.
I like how Land Monkey assumes that we actually did a show last week.
He didn't watch. So it would,
I was enjoying a lovely dinner with my wife. So, no, I didn't watch.
Lovely. You could have. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I value my marriage.
Yeah, good point. It's not like the podcast is on YouTube, 24/7, or, you can get it on wherever you find quality podcasts. Just saying. There are ways to listen to the show because we have people that do.
Because even if Land Monkey doesn't want to, it can still be done.
That's right. It doesn't matter if you want to or not. It's out there.
There you go.
And speaking of being out there,
Yes.
it's time for the glow.
Oh.
You
What's
may
a
ask,
glow?
what is a glow?
What is a glow? Well, a little bit earlier, the sun was aglow.
It was, yeah.
Oh, wasn't it a beautiful day? There you go. Thank you, Brylang. What is a glow?
He even screamed
glow.
it for you.
Yeah, that was awfully loud.
Yeah.
No, those were loud letters he used. A glow is a geocaching log of the week. So whether you read it or whether you wrote it, we want to hear about it because great logs simply make geocaching better. Now, you can send an email. That's what most people do. But don't be most people. Send a recording to feedback@cachingnw.com or call into 253-693-TFTC and show us how you glow.
That's right. So let's see. Glow tonight. Well, it's a glow from GC Alpha Kilo 5 Papa Kilo. Cache is called a challenge cache for pretty much everyone. And the description of the cache, here we don't usually get to read the description of the cache. We usually just jump into the log, but we're going to jump into the description of the cache a little bit because it's kind of appropriate for tonight. It says, and he says, I have to admit, the cache owner says, I have to admit, I stole the idea for this cache. I think it's just creative borrowing, but we'll see. From a cache in Alabama called the Complete Challenge Challenge. Tweaked it a bit. Hope you qualify for this challenge. I bet you do. The physical cache container is at the posted coordinates. This is a challenge cache and has special logging requirements, as many challenge caches do. Please be sure to read the cache page thoroughly. Logs of finders not meeting the requirements will be deleted. Pretty standard, boilerplate disclaimer for a challenge cache. In order to log this challenge as a find, you must find a minimum of one geocache that meets all of the following criteria. So it's a 7-point list here. Let's see how you do. Cache must be found on a day that ends with Y during a month that contains at least 28 days. Cache must have been hidden north of 0 degrees latitude or south of the equator or anywhere on the equator. The cache needs to be hidden east or west of the prime meridian. Anything hidden on the prime meridian works too.
Okay.
Got that? The cache needs to be found on a day warmer than negative 459.67 degrees Fahrenheit, but cooler than 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. Yeah. I pretty much lived all those days so far.
All right. You're 4 for 4. So here we go. Number 5 is the cache must start with an alphanumeric character or any special character. Blanks count 2, and so do emojis.
Oh, all emojis.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cache should have more than 100 favorite points, but fewer is fine. So that's not a hard requirement there.
Okay.
And the final one is that the cache should be approximately 500 miles from your home coordinates. Further is okay. Less is also okay.
Huh. Okay.
There's an optional.
I think I found one that meets all those requirements.
Did you? Okay. There's an optional one. Maybe you get the bonus requirement here. Include in your log the GC that satisfies the challenge and a quick reason why you chose it to satisfy the challenge.
Oh. Okay.
Now, the only verification that you need that you meet the challenge is the output of the challenge checker. Got it? Okay, so there's the cache description. Here is the log. When this challenge cache popped up on the map recently, I knew it was my mission in life to complete it. However, after looking at the criteria to qualify for this challenge, I wasn't sure I would ever be able to finish. This may arguably be the hardest challenge cache in all of the geocaching world, and definitely the hardest I've ever done. It was a long and arduous road to finish. Even just finding the cache was a struggle. Thorns, dangerous beasts, long hiking, tough climbing, wading, swimming, and evading detection from muggles at every stage of the way. In the end, I finally found the container. I put ink to paper and was even able to rescue a weary travel bug that had been trapped there. Returning home was just as difficult. I'm not sure how I did it. Indiana Jones makes this kind of stuff look easy. Oh, well, I survived. Thanks for the challenge of all challenges. And he also says, thanks to all of us. He says, always enjoying the show. That log was written by Jedi Trash Panda, also known as Jake, formerly 614 Buckeye.
I love that caching name.
Isn't that great?
Trash Panda.
Jedi Trash Panda.
Just, man, yeah, that's awesome. Way to go, Jake.
You love his caching name, but you just call him Jake.
Yep. Well, he gave us his name. I'm trying to be familiar,
You know,
Oh, okay.
supportive.
Jake's a good name.
Hey,
Jake's your buddy.
When did Trash Panda start becoming popular for,
For
it's what
trash
the-
pandas?
well,
They're-
for raccoons?
They're rodents. Yeah, I don't know why they're popular at all.
I don't either. It was just, it was one of those
know.
things like, yeah, that just kind of came into the vernacular.
Maybe we should ask Three Hams in a Row. He knows a lot about trash pandas.
I think it's Huntsville, Alabama has a minor league baseball team called the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
So not as fun as the Savannah Bananas in Georgia. If you
Well-
want some entertaining videos, go to YouTube after the podcast is over, of course, and look up the Savannah Bananas. They have some wild footage in their games. They're fun. Even if you don't like baseball, you will like some of the Savannah Bananas videos.
I
It's
was
fun to
shocked.
say.
Yeah.
Savannah banana.
Savannah Banana. I was shocked a couple of weeks ago when my dad asked me to look up the West Coast Baseball League
Yeah.
and how it morphed over the years, and teams moved and changed names, and it's still going on in the minor leagues
Mhm.
because you sent me an article about the exploding whales.
Right.
I had no idea there was a baseball team.
Well, the team is not. So the team here in Tri-Cities is the Dust Devils, and they play some games during the year with an alternate name. They play some games as the Rooster Tails to honor the hydroplane races and the Rooster Tails that those throw up. They play some games as the Viñeros to honor the vineyards that are plentiful in this area. But the Hillsboro Hops have also alternate team names, and some alternate jerseys they play under are the Exploding Whales. And I just thought that was great. I think, or is it Hillsboro? Or was it Eugene Emeralds? It was one of the Oregon teams.
Right.
Might have been Eugene. Yeah.
It's a whale with a stick of dynamite as their logo, and it's just
Yeah. Chris is like, oh, we need jerseys.
Right.
if not hats, right?
Yeah.
At least hats. Yeah, that's awesome.
So there you go.
All right. Good time.
Yes, thank you, Keats. The exploding whale, best viral video of all time. It's the blast that blasted blubber beyond all believable bounds.
There you
That's right.
go. And Nervous Energies shared that the Montgomery Biscuits used to have a biscuit cannon instead of a shirt cannon. So there you
Okay.
go. That's
So
awesome.
an entire section would just sit there with their mouth open,
Ah, what could possibly go wrong with
spread
It was
all over them. Right?
Followed up by the gravy fountain.
that?
Biscuits and gravy. You get biscuits and gravy. And yeah.
All over you.
Too fun.
Land Monkey likes to say that they would be Savannah bananas in pajamas at night.
Coming down the
I
stairs.
almost caught you up on that one.
I know.
It's not like the retro encabulator would mix them up or anything.
No. Oh, folks, it's going to be one of those shows. Tonight, we are talking about Big Blue Switch Day, since it
We
is Big Blue Switch Day. In case you haven't caught that yet, today is May 2nd. So if you want to add into tonight's conversation, use the hashtag big, because I think the big has fallen out of the Switch and we need to put the big back in.
Yes. Putting the big back in the
Mhm.
switch. That's us.
And of course, you can use hashtag FATAST to talk about anything you want in the after show. You use that hashtag, and if we like it, we'll read it. If we don't, you'll never hear from it again.
Too bad.
We have ways of making the hashtags disappear.
Because, if you put big back in, then you can abbreviate it as BBS Day. Because without it, it's just BS Day, and nobody wants that.
Bulletin board system.
That's
There you
right.
The BBS.
I can hear the modem screeching already.
Uh-huh. I had a 1200 baud modem in my Commodore 64.
Ooh, I started with a 300.
I did too. I was thrilled to go up to 1200.
Oh, yes.
You were.
Yes, I remember watching images come through one line at a time.
This better
One
be
more
a
line.
good picture.
You remember those days? They were fun.
Oh, that was
Well,
awesome. man.
no, they were old.
And as I
Okay.
mentioned before, I was 73357,2334 on CompuServe.
Don't give that
Maybe you
information
still
away.
are.
Somebody may steal your data. Identity theft right there.
Send me a message.
Okay. I dare you. Okay. So what is Big Blue Switch Day? On May
A glow.
2nd. Oh, go ahead. Did you just
You
want to
said-
make
well,
something
you
up?
said what is, and I just thought the answer is a glow.
I did too.
Oh.
I assumed it was a glow. It's glowing blue.
May 2nd, 2000, just past midnight, the U.S. government discontinued its use of selective availability in order to make GPS more responsive to civil and commercial users worldwide. So prior to this, there was, let's say, some there was a larger factor or a larger error margin of error in GPS, right? You couldn't get within the 6 foot, 8 foot radius you get now. It was like 200 to 300 feet radius. So prior to that, it was only military that got the good chords. So 24 satellites around the globe processed their new orders, and instantly the accuracy of GPS technology improved tenfold. Tens of thousands of GPS receivers around the world had an instant upgrade. Prior to this date, only the military had the ability to receive accurate GPS readings. Now the world and all its wonderful people could pinpoint their precise location. For reasons unknown. It's often referred to as flipping of the big blue switch. On the very next day, a computer consultant named Dave Ulmer hit a black bucket in the woods near Portland, Oregon. Along with a logbook, a pencil, he left various prize items, including videos, books, software, a can of beans, and a slingshot, and then posted the coordinates online. In case you want to know, those coordinates are North 45, 17.460, and West 122, 24.800. I'll see you there tomorrow, right? We're all going to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 days later, the container was located by Mike. Did I say 3 days? 3 days later, the container was located by Mike Teagues. Now, where are we? 25 years later, 24 years later,
24 years later, yeah.
geocaching has become a global phenomenon. To get off the couch and get outside.
It took 3 days to find it, but the very next day, some troll posted on a blog a complaint that somebody put food in a geocache.
It should be archived.
Yeah.
They broke the rules.
Get outside and go caching in the Northwest.
Keith says, elderly voice, back when GPS ran on steam power, like them steam trains.
Right.
Steampunk GPS. Hey, now there's a great idea for a Halloween costume.
It's already been done.
I think it's a good name for a band.
Steampunk GPS? Yeah, that's a good name.
By the way, there are now 31 GPS satellites in orbit.
Or are they really?
That's what Google says.
If I was to go with a band name, though, I'd go with Steampunk Compass. I think that's a better band name.
Okay.
What kind of music?
Ska.
Yes.
Okay.
You asked.
Yeah. There we go. Steampunk Compass.
Go with Zydeco.
Ooh. Now, okay. Now there you go.
Yeah, I like Zydeco.
A ska Zydeco mix-up.
Oh, even better.
A fusion, if you will.
Fusion. There we go.
IHAM says, hey, those coordinates sound familiar. Did he put it right on top of that plaque?
Well,
I
think that's why he picked that location, because there
Yeah.
was a plaque there, and he could just set the bucket there, and it was easy to figure out what the coordinates were.
think. 'Cause, yeah.
Well, that's I think that's why he picked that location, because there was a plaque there, and he could just set the bucket there, and it was easy to figure out what the coordinates were. 'Cause, yeah. 'Cause there was a plaque there, and he could just set the bucket there, and it was easy to figure out what the coordinates were.
Did you know that Brian Roth hid the first geocache in Mexico? It had a bottle of rum in it.
I always thought I liked Brian.
I did not know that, but I like him even more now. Yeah. Why is the rum always gone?
Because it was in the
Geocache.
geocache.
Yeah.
I hope somebody traded fairly for it. How do you trade
That's-
fairly for a bottle of rum?
I don't know.
Or rye?
Yeah, a good bottle of rum. Well, I guess it all depends on the quality of the bottles you're trading for, but yeah.
Okay, enough of this talk.
We actually had content for tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do. Land Monkey, why don't you introduce this one?
Sure, absolutely. Well, the introductions happen within the content. This is going to be a meta episode. We're going to have an episode within an episode. So hold on to something.
Inception. Big Blue Day
you're gonna,
Inception.
You're going to need to start spinning the top. And then, yeah, exactly. White Coaster. Why doesn't every cache have a bottle of rum? Dark rum, of course.
Of course.
And a bottle of ginger beer. So, there you go.
For kids.
But yeah, so we have a very special guest tonight. Unfortunately, our guest was not able to be available at 9 p.m., but because of what day it is today, Big Blue Switch Day, we were very fortunate to get the organizer of Big Blue Switch Souvenir and Big Blue Switch Day events from HQ to join us via pre-recorded interview. So, Chris, I guess we'll let the technology take it from there.
Well, here we go. In case we're all ready.
All right, folks, we have a very special guest joining us from HQ. It is Dana, or Trail Cruising 3, and we're going to talk about Blue Switch Day with someone who knows quite a bit about Blue Switch Day. Dana, maybe you can start off by introducing yourself and telling us about your role at HQ.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm super happy to be here on Caching in the Northwest. I'm Dana. My geocaching username is Trail Cruising 3, and I am a community coordinator here at Geocaching HQ. So currently, my role is approximately 50% customer support, responding to all those email inquiries that come in. So if you ever send an email to a Geocaching HQ, I might be the one to respond to it. And then the other 50% is social media and campaigns such as this one. So Blue Switch Day. And specifically with this campaign, as the person overseeing it, I basically came up with the plan, what the campaign would look like, and specifically worked with the creative team to design the souvenir. We'll get a little bit more into that later. And then created the blog posts, the social media posts, and also decided what the requirements would be for the souvenir. So lots of fun for this one. I know lots of geocachers love Blue Switch Day, and so do I. So I'm very excited about it.
Fantastic. Dana, how long have you been playing the game of geocaching?
Yeah, so I actually started geocaching in 2011. That was my first find, which was a letterbox hybrid. And I actually found it via letterboxing.org. So I didn't actually have a geocaching account yet then, but in early 2012, I created my geocaching account and very quickly fell in love with the game. I attended Geocaching Block Party here in Seattle in 2014, and that was super fun. I attended GIF as well the night before, all that good stuff. I had the opportunity to spend a year of high school in Germany, actually. So I had the chance to do a lot of geocaching in Germany. My host family, they're avid geocachers. So I went to the Glück auf Giga event in 2016. And then I continued geocaching through college and started working here at Geocaching HQ in 2022. I'm just about to hit my 2-year mark. I started off working in the visitor center and then transitioned into the community coordinator role. So yeah, my love for geocaching has been, I guess now it's math. Let's see. Well over 10 years anyway. So,
Plenty.
yes.
That's fantastic. Great. Well, we're going to throw it back over to our hosts for a moment here and see if there's any comments or questions that come up out of the live chat. And then we'll pick things back up in just a few moments.
Awesome.
Well, here we are. We're back.
And here we are. Yeah. So no comments so far, but that's okay. I do want to just say that Dana was an absolute pleasure to chat with. And for those wondering, yes, that is me recording an interview from my day job office after work. Dana was nice enough to time that up with me, so we were able to connect and have that chat. And just an absolute pleasure to chat with. So if you do catch her at any events, make sure to give her a high five for being a good sport and a great interviewee. But did we want to maybe just jump in to, because we're about to get into the real meat of the conversation there. Keats is asking who had the idea to make GPS signals public. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Yeah.
Somebody had to, campaign for that.
Yeah.
I would imagine, yeah, because they wouldn't just do it for no reason.
Right. I mean, now today, I don't know how we would live without accurate GPS.
Right.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean, GS sometimes too says President Clinton, but I mean,
it happened during
he just
his
decided randomly one day, like, oh, I'm gonna go out hunting this weekend, and I could really use better coordinates. So I think I'm gonna turn off selective availability.
President Clinton sounds like Mark Twain.
Yeah.
There's
a Canadian doing an American president, in case you wanted to know.
I say, I'm gonna turn off that selective.
Oh, now he's Foghorn Leghorn. I love it. Okay.
Yes, it was done by presidential decree. But somebody had to campaign to.
Yeah. Somebody had the idea to start with. Exactly.
So, I mean, in today's world, I use it just today to, navigate around town. It's used, a lot of apps on our phones use GPS location to, identify where we are and help us locate things. So.
Oh, yeah. And go to any retail establishment's website and pops up to allow the location to find the closest branch.
Exactly. Keats 94, another Canadian, thinks you did an excellent impression of a former U.S. president.
Yeah, there you go.
He does declare.
Yes, indeed.
I do declare. Now I say, boy, I say. Oh boy. Okay. Now we've derailed.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back to
if there was ever any doubt.
Yeah. I don't think there was a doubt before.
No.
And let's go back and see how awkward this pause is, shall we? Here we go.
Okay.
All right, we are back with Dana and myself, Mr. Land Monkey. And Dana, thanks for that great overview and introduction and background on your very in-depth geocaching career you've had so far. That's amazing. You shared that you are the project manager for Blue Switch Day this year, which is very exciting. Maybe you can share with us a little bit about how the souvenir works, how people can earn it, and also maybe a bit about the art and the inspiration for the art for the souvenir.
Certainly, I'd be happy to. So for Blue Switch Day this year, of course, Blue Switch Day is on May 2nd, which I believe is the day that this will be airing. So some people will likely have already earned the souvenir by the time they hear this, but if not, you have until May 5th. So that is through Sunday, giving a few days in case people are busy or don't have the chance to get out there on May 2nd itself. And this souvenir is just requiring one geocache find. That can also be an Adventure Lab location or an event. So lots of opportunities for how to earn it as long as you find one geocache, Adventure Lab, or an event between May 2nd and May 5th. At the time that we are recording this, about 60 geocachers have already earned the souvenir over in Australia, where it is already Blue Switch Day. So yes, very exciting that the fun has already begun in other parts of the world, as it will soon here. And regarding the artwork, that was largely thought up by our creative team. The wonderful Ains designed this here at HQ. Some of you may have had the chance to interact with Ains at events if you've been around the Seattle area before. But the artwork is the same on the souvenir. It is also reflected on the coin here, which I happen to have in person. So this one is available from Shop Geocaching and likely from some other distributors as well. So don't forget to get this one. And yeah, it shows a satellite, of course, because that's very connected to Blue Switch Day, and yeah, just really sticking with that theme. So similar to quite a few of the past Blue Switch Day souvenirs, but of course a brand new piece of artwork just for this one.
Fantastic. Just out of curiosity, since you were sharing the coin, are there any other Blue Switch Day products that are going to be available on Shop Geocaching?
Yes. So there's also a tag. That one is separate from the coin. So if you want both, then you'll need to purchase the coin and the tag. There are some other products as well still available from past Blue Switch days that are on sale. So if you missed out on the 2023 coin, I believe that one is still available at a discounted price. And then there should be also a wooden postcard for Blue Switch Day, which was released couple of years ago, I believe, but that one is lots of fun. I know we still have it anyway in the Geocaching HQ Visitor Center. I believe it is also available online still, but yeah, the coin is beautiful. I borrowed this one from the Visitor Center here at HQ, and I believe after this call, I'm going to have to go buy one for myself.
Because somebody's probably standing in the door keeping an eye on you. Don't walk out the door with
I promised our guest experience coordinator that I would have it back within about 45 minutes. So go through on that.
All right. Well, I better not get you in trouble.
Right.
Okay. Well, on that note, maybe we'll take a pause. We'll throw it back to our hosts and our live audience, get a little more interaction, and then we'll start our conversation in moments.
Awesome.
Well, here we are back again.
Yeah, just like we promised, like I promised. Thank you for keeping my promises, Chris.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for labeling yourself on the video, because without a hat, I wouldn't recognize you.
Right? I know. I totally forgot to bring a hat to work.
That was Mr. Business Monkey.
Yeah.
It is Mr. Business. All business, no fun.
Dora Moore got her souvenir at Stanley Park today. I guess they were just handing them out there.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kitty Quest got hers.
Nice.
Excellent. So yeah, and I think GSM times 2 might have said much earlier in the podcast that he had his. I can't remember. I saw at least one person earlier this evening had said they had theirs, which is awesome.
I don't know. I can't get past your presidential comments there.
The scroll wheel stops. It just won't go.
You have until Cinco de Mayo.
That's
There
right.
you go. I am happy to do impersonations of any political figures from any countries anytime you want.
Very good. Very good.
How's
Got
your
a
Imelda
wide
Marcos?
range.
Yeah, how's your Imelda Marcos?
My Imelda Marcos. Well, first I have to go check which shoes to wear from my
That's
closet.
right. Yeah. I just learned that I just want to state for the record that I believe Australia is cheating by always getting a head start on all
Mhm.
this. So
Australia, New Zealand, Fiji.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know.
What's that?
Did she get the coin back in time?
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to watch to the end.
right. Stay tuned.
Oh, and before you start playing again, so you did give me a hard time about the long pause. And I gotta say, in my defense, and anytime somebody starts something with "in my defense," it means they're wrong to start with. But anyways, in my defense, I had worked it out with Dana. We're like, okay, we'll put long pauses because then if Chris wants to edit the video and just like cut pieces out, it'll be easy for him to do that. But instead, Chris is just going to play it through. So you all get to just
You get
watch
to see
me
the
awkwardly
awkward
stare
pause.
at the camera.
Do, do, do,
Yeah,
do,
that should be
do,
about long
do,
enough.
do. You know what? I should hit play now, and then we can just keep talking over.
Yeah.
the awkward pause.
Eventually.
And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. And as soon as these people start talking again, we'll go silent.
All right, we are back. Dana,
Okay.
thanks for continuing along. Thanks for showing us that shiny coin.
Yeah.
Everybody will get a chance to get one. Curious, you explained to us what needs to be done starting May 2nd, whenever May 2nd occurs, wherever anybody lives in the world, to earn the souvenir. But we're wondering, what are your plans for earning the souvenir?
Yes, absolutely. So, although the souvenir can be earned any day from May 2nd to May 5th, I do want to earn it on May 2nd on Blue Switch Day itself. So, I will be attending an event tomorrow here in Seattle. It is hosted by a local cacher, Buffalo Bob, and he will actually be celebrating his very own 21st geocaching anniversary. So, I guess that means he started geocaching 3 years after the first geocache was hidden, so quite some time. And this is actually the first event that he is ever hosting. So a big milestone for Buffalo Bob here in Seattle. Perhaps he's listening, and lots of us locals will be there to celebrate. It's around lunchtime, I believe at Dole Playfield in Seattle. So by the time this airs, it will have already happened. But that is how I will be earning my souvenir.
Excellent. So by the time people are listening to us speak, you'll already have the souvenir in your profile. That's fantastic.
That's the plan anyway.
Awesome. Well, we'll take another brief break, but maybe I'll go into this break asking those who are watching the show live what their plans are for earning the souvenir, or if perhaps they've already earned it.
Absolutely.
So we have heard from some of the folks there,
Yep.
Moore and Kitty Quest and others who've already gotten that. I see Heather has shared her plans about when she'll be earning the coin. It's yard work today, so geocaching will happen tomorrow.
I'm glad she's got her priorities set straight.
Well, and it was a beautiful day in the Northwest for yard
It was
work.
really nice here. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't get above I think we were like at 62, I think was the high today. But it was beautiful. I will take 62 and sunny over 70 and rainy any day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Start Cacher.
Oh,
sorry. I don't want to talk about Brian. Start Cacher.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, here we go.
Start Cacher says he needs to go get a cache tomorrow, and if he fails to get one before Sunday evening, he's got a couple of Adventure Lab locations banked on his phone. Oh, I don't know if we want to go there. But
well, I mean, if you go if you have the Adventure Lab application open, go to the site. You can answer the question at any time.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I just know there's some people who are very fussy about the purism of that. But yeah, no, good for you, Start Cacher. I hope it works out. I hope you get to get out tomorrow and find a cache, because you know what? There's no substitute for getting outside and just enjoying some time.
That's right. Now, there's another geocacher here who's not Brylang that says he ventured out after work today to earn his souvenir.
Awesome. Way to go, Keats.
Good job, Keats.
And another non-Brylang geocacher, GSM ×2, earned it with 2 Adventure Labs, 2 Earth caches, a virtual letterbox, and a few traditionals. 18 total, I believe.
Okay, overachiever.
Overachiever. Yeah.
You only earn it with one of those, whichever one came first. The rest of them didn't matter. The other 17 didn't matter. You didn't earn more souvenirs.
Now there's 17 other people that won't get one because you hogged 18 of them. Oh no, that doesn't work that way. Never mind.
Oh, too funny. Awesome. Way to go, GSM ×2. Just Carlo says if he can't earn it tomorrow, he'll be at Fraser Valley Cache Bash 7. Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah. I never thought about that. Maybe Just Carlo is Kool-Aid Man.
Ooh.
Have we ever seen the two in the same place at the same time?
No, but now I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Wet Coaster, who's also not Brylang.
Yeah.
Says we'll get ours in an event Saturday afternoon.
Very good. Anybody else who's not Brylang? How about IHAM?
Yeah, IHAM, who's hoping to do it on May the 4th event on Saturday. Now I'm going to that one. I'll see you there, Brylang. No, not Brylang. I'll see you there, not Brylang. I am.
And what's the next comment from Brylang?
This is why I didn't show up last week.
I just love that every comment that goes up blocks Land Monkey's face there. He's
Yeah.
out over the profile. It's like, hello.
Yep, that's fine.
Peek up there.
I'm
like Mike
still in the middle
Wazowski.
of the screen with Dana.
He's like
Everybody's
Mike-
just looking at Dana. Nobody's looking at me. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the video? Oh.
Exactly, right?
Just Carlo can neither confirm nor deny any secret identities. Oh yeah.
Nice. Sorry, did you get nervous energy? There we go. He's grabbing his at the Bellevue event on May 4th.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Sounds like fun. Komikino also at the May 4th event, maybe in costume as the greatest space adventurer ever.
Buzz Lightyear?
What's that?
Buzz Lightyear? He wasn't in Star Wars.
I've forgotten his name. Who is the hero from Spaceballs? What was his character's name?
Doug Helmet?
Lone Star.
Lone Star. That was it.
You know what's funny is to remember the character's name. I had to run through the line in my head of there's only one man who would dare to give me the raspberry.
The radar's been jammed.
That's right.
Is that strawberry? No, it's raspberry. And barf.
Yeah.
Oh, I just watched it the other night. I don't know why.
Too funny. Do we want to scroll back and actually read Brylang's comment?
This one, why he didn't show up on the week.
I think there was one before that.
And why he didn't show up last weekend.
And won't show up next week.
Yeah. Remember when Brylang used to join the show? Way back then.
So Brylang shared, I'm getting my souvenir on Saturday during Fraser Valley Cash Bash 7, FVCB7. I think we already heard about that from others. So this is old news now.
By the way, Starcatcher says, I realized Land Monkey was trapped in a copy machine and we're now seeing the result on the screen.
Indeed.
See?
But I mean, look at that screen capture there. And have you seen a happier looking person than Dana in that shot right there? Like, she was such a delight to talk to. I cannot wait to get a chance to meet her in person at an event.
In 3 dimensions. Should I hit play on the video?
Sure, let's see how long it takes us.
Wait for the awkward pause.
Yeah, we always enjoy an awkward silence on a podcast.
It's kind of like a radio DJ.
We are back one more time with Dana. Dana, you're such a good sport. Thanks for hanging in with us.
This is great. So fun.
This is a lot of fun. I enjoy this. So geocaching, we're celebrating the fact that as a game, as a hobby, it's been around for 24 years now. Celebrating that with Blue Switch Day. I got to tell you, I interject here. It is every ounce of self-control I have not to say Big Blue Switch Day.
Right.
So I had to say it at least once. There we go. It's out of my system. But I'm curious about your thoughts or reflections, both on the game, 24-year history of the game, and as you shared earlier, you've had a pretty significant part of that journey yourself. So, what are your thoughts around 24 years of geocaching?
Absolutely. Well, it's quite incredible to think that I've been geocaching for about half of the time that the game has existed. It's really incredible to think just where the game has come from the very start to when I started with my Garmin eTrex. I didn't have any smartphone or anything at that time, so I actually had to convince my parents that it would be a good idea to buy a Garmin eTrex just so we could go geocaching, and they kindly agreed, and that led me to where I am today. So very thankful.
While you were in marketing.
Right? Exactly. So yeah, it's really just incredible to think that it's been 24 years and so many more years to come. Certainly, I know everyone's getting very excited for the 25th year of geocaching next year with block parties that will be hosted around the world and all. That's very exciting. And yeah, thinking back on all the amazing events and geocaching experiences, it's just really incredible to think how much this game means to so many people, myself included. And yeah, how thankful I am for the game and to work here at Geocaching HQ.
Fantastic. Well, Dana, thank you so much for making the time to chat with me and all of our listeners on the podcast. If anybody wanted to follow up on any of this with you or with geocaching.com, what would be the best ways to get in touch with the organization or you directly?
Absolutely. Yes. Well, being that I am on the community engagement team, I am pretty easy to reach. So if you write in ever through the help center or just by emailing contact@geocaching.com, if you write that email to Dana specifically, then I will receive it. So nice and easy there. As well as I'm also reachable through the message center, of course, on geocaching.com, trail cruising 3.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest and sharing a wealth of knowledge about Big Blue Switch Day.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to throw it once more and for a final time back to our hosts live on the podcast with many thanks to Dana for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you again for having me.
Great. Thanks, me.
Should we wait to see how long they stay up there until they come back, those people?
Yeah. Why don't you do that? That'll make great audio.
My question that came up as she was closing there was, I wonder how many emails a day come into contact at geocaching.com.
Oh boy.
You know, that's a great question. And maybe we could have Dana or someone else from that team back as a guest in the future to talk about that role, because that'd be a really interesting role. I did love the fact that she's like, well, and if you address it to Dana, I'll get it. That was kind of cute.
I would love to see some of the odd questions that come in. Right? Like
I wonder if they'd actually be willing to share some of those.
Yeah. I think the eye on the smiley face is one was 1 pixel off on the eye. Can you fix that?
This is a great idea. I'm gonna see if we can get somebody from HQ to come on and talk about the rando questions
They've got to have some good ones. And I hope they keep a file of those, right?
With over 1 million geocachers around the world, they've got to have some
just for a smile every now and again. I like Kitty Quest's suggestion. Maybe we should just rename it to Blue Switch Big Day. Switch it up a little.
Why not?
Nicely played.
There you go. I'm still going to call it Big Blue Switch Day.
Yeah,
sure. That works.
You can call it whatever you want. We're putting the big back in the switch. You can't spell switch without big.
Pretty sure you can, but I see where you're going. Philosophically, I agree with you. Technically, I disagree.
Okay. That was fine. Well, that was a lot of fun, actually. Dana has a great personality. I find it amazing how long some of the lackeys have been involved in the game.
Right? Yeah.
Prior to being lackeys.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, she got to go geocache in Germany while still in high school. How cool is that?
It just means I'm old.
She's obviously had a pretty interesting life and great parents from the sounds of things.
Exactly.
That's awesome. But yes, I am thankful for Dana, but for all of the lackeys who've joined us over the years on the podcast as guests. They're always very gracious guests. They're always really well prepared. Just great guests. So yeah, always happy to have them.
Yeah. We try to keep them come in their comfort zone, talk about what they really love to do there. And it shows. Yeah. It really shows.
People who love their jobs.
Yeah.
Ronan just loves to tease Blind Monkey.
Yes. There is some competition there, but I think it's all in good faith.
Something. I don't know. To be determined.
Yeah.
GSM times 2 says, I think GCHQ has the best hiring practice. Watch a geocacher for years, get a feel for them, then hire them.
it could be. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works, but who knows?
Probably doesn't hurt.
We'll have to talk to Brian about that at some point.
Keats said, I told my coworker that it was Big Blue Switch Day today. Totally had to explain what that was all about.
Yeah.
It's like, what? We all getting fired? What's going on?
I am says, well, if we can call it whatever we want, I'm advocating for calling it McGillicuddy.
Why not?
There you go.
I'll go with Phoebe Figalili. That's a silly name.
And GSM times 2 referring to maybe we should, contact this geocaching, the group here at HQ about some of their unusual emails. Maybe we should spend the week before sending in questions like, is there a Santa Claus? And they go, okay, so for the last week, our listeners have, bombarded you with, with stupid questions.
Random questions they could come up with. Yeah.
And I don't know why we don't have lackeys on the show anymore.
Yeah.
I figured that part out.
Remember back when we used to have lackeys on the show as guests?
Well, and as IHAM says, all joking aside, bravo for the lackeys we've had on over the years, and absolutely all wonderful people.
We appreciate them all.
Yeah, we do. And we're pretty lucky here in the Pacific Northwest that we get the opportunity to run into them in person quite often, and a spectrum of the team there. But if you get out to a mega event, you're bound to run into one or two. So always a good way to try and connect with somebody from HQ.
And excuse me, I'm going to stand in my soapbox. It'll just be short. And before you ask them if they have their lackey tag, find out what they do and, how long they've been working there and how they enjoy geocaching.
No pouncing.
Yeah.
So sorry, Chris, are you implying they are not a lackey tag vending machine?
They are a lackey tag vending machine. However, treat them like humans first.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Heather says her youngest daughter is studying graphic design, and she suggested she could work at Geocaching HQ.
Absolutely.
Why not, right?
Talented folks there.
I wonder how graphic those designs are.
Sounds like a topic for a different podcast.
Oh, okay. Never mind that. Wet Coaster says, can I get a cache published that's in the trunk of my car if I don't move it very often? Post-it boards for at least 16 hours a day.
Funny.
Oh, there you go. Be human. No pouncing.
There you go.
Good call. Komakino asks a great question. Do lackeys have to buy their own lackey tags? I think I know the answer, but I don't know for sure. So you know what? Let's make that a question for next time we have a lackey on.
There you go. There you go. Now, I know they have input into their lackey tags and into their 8-bit
character design.
Characters, icons. Yeah. GSM times 2. I asked them to explain the design of their tag before I take one from them and enjoy talking about the tags.
Yeah.
Because, they put a lot of thought into the tags.
There's
right?
always little Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
Fun.
It shows different aspects of their personality.
Faux show.
So, Komokino wants to know if they buy their own lackey tags. And since we won't answer, he'll be all night wondering.
Well,
way to leave a guy hanging out there.
There you go. Yet another Caching in the Northwest cliffhanger.
That's right.
And with that.
And I was going to say, and with that cliffhanger, we want to thank you all for tuning in. And we hope you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest.
I did.
Not Komakino, not so much now.
No. Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe him and Brylang both won't be back next week. Oh, too funny. All right. Hey, but yes, it's been fun. It's been fun talking with you two guys, reliving my conversation with Dana, and of course, interacting with all of you awesome people in the live chat. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Reliving your conversation. It was just yesterday.
I know. That's why
Okay.
it's so fresh in my mind.
Okay, go on.
There you go. Well, and something else that's fresh in my mind is taking a moment to thank our corporate Denali level sponsors like Landsharks with a Z.ca. They're the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online. Remember, they're shipping those online orders daily. And for absolutely amazing geocaching adventures, check out exploregoldcountry.com. Plan your trip to Gold Country for the geotours and don't forget to download the app. And folks, we want to thank all of our faithful Denali level supporters. That would be Land Sharks and Gold Country Geotourism, but also Groovy Owl, Cool Cow Cachers, and Cashly, the geocaching app, who I need to reach out. I keep forgetting to contact Cashly to get him back on the show. So
he's a Washington State resident.
I
He's
know.
required to come on the podcast.
Right? At least once a year.
He's in the Northwest.
He is.
You know
folks,
what? Let's just drive down and surprise
knock on Nick's door at about
Yeah.
8:30 next
Nick,
Thursday.
Can we come in and do a podcast?
Hey, Nick, we're here. Oh, can you imagine? Oh. No.
Oh. Well, now this is awkward.
Can you stay restraining order, boys and girls? Say it with me. No,
I've got Nick from Cashly's autograph right here on this restraining order.
Well, if you would like to give us a restraining order or know more about supporting the podcast, remember to check that Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website.
Just like the restraining order from Trexer
and GSM times 2.
And Gorsgot.
and Gas Station Tuna.
Butterfly Girl.
Railroad.
M-Nerve.
Log Work.
Kid Vegas 19.
Kitty Quest.
J-Car.
Geocaches.
B Pendragon.
GeoNav Pro.
UDAC.
CRS 98.
Nervous Energies.
Skyhawker.
Kev MacD.
LG 9000.
Green Words.
Subway Mark.
Alarobrick.
You Talks to Rocks.
Boomer 365.
Doramore.
MC3 Cats.
Ackerdoc.
Flagman.
Whidbey Island Gal. Oh,
Oh, I
wait,
thought
that's
that was
yours.
my turn.
Yes,
Sorry.
it was. It's his favorite island after all.
Yeah. Well, keep going, Chris. Don't stop now.
Wino Seattle.
Mountain Bike.
Just Carlo. Unless you wanted to say that one, Chris.
I was going to just to see what you would do. Ari, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Camp Clan.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah. Just finding our way.
GeoBirder.
Limax.
BC Rock Crawler.
Team Noltex.
Segehove.
Antaeus.
Seabeck Tribe.
Wet Coaster.
Genies.
And Peach of Washington. Folks, thanks for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. So if you like the show, please click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Now, if you didn't like the show, let us know what you want us to talk about. But if you like the vibe, please subscribe wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. If you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap. But since you're on a podcast, leave us a free, fast, fabulous, fantastic 5-star review. And of course, you can call into 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or help us flip a switch any time of the day or night. And you can email us at feedback@cachingandw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. That was just about an hour ago for a live show and chat. This show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, Jay Kennedy, and Brian Lang. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2024 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The After Show.
Okay, that after show was really loud in my ears.
Pretty good here.
It was
Okay.
fine.
This is fine.
All good here. How are you?
Well, the
I
conversation
can't
anyway.
hear anything.
Luke, we're going to have company.
Did you know he didn't learn the line for that particular scene, so he would act confused. Like, I don't know quite what to say.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Radiation leak here, very dangerous.
In case you want to know, the Blue Switch Day souvenir for 2021, 2022, and 2023 all include the word big.
Dun, 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 dun.
So why didn't it show up last week? Oh, this is why I didn't show up last week. Riley says. Okay. Yeah, we did that one. There were a couple of FTAS items.
There were.
Here's one. Whoops.
Is our chat lackey asleep at the switch this week?
I think he's on strike now.
We've offended him. He's on strike.
We've offended him. Yeah, because we don't do that every week.
You know, let me clear the air by saying we love our chat lackey.
Favorite punching bag.
Yep. Wet Coaster wants to know when the Fraser Valley Cache Bash 7 caches will be published, and will there be a list available?
Sorry, Chris. Which valley?
Fraser.
Thank you. When will they be published? Great question. Chat lackey?
He's still boycotting.
On strike? Okay.
They will be published on time.
On time. There you go.
And
in the
not
morning.
before.
In the morning. I know that. I'm not sure exactly what time. They'll be published when they're released. Around 8 a.m. There you go. Thank you very much, Brian. Cache Canada wants to know if he's late. Yes. The answer is yes, you're late.
Boring conversation anyway.
Yeah.
Get ready to have company.
That's right. With reference to our Star Wars.
Wait.
What was that? What was that one?
Do reviewers buy their own tags? We don't know.
Yeah. Didn't that come up earlier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Komakino asked.
Oh,
But-
okay. I was having like total deja vu there. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, different. He was asking about reviewers.
Oh, do reviewers? You're right. Do reviewers buy their own tags?
Look how easily distracted we are. All right.
Squirrel.
So it's not the same question, is a similar question with a different context.
Komakino said lackeys.
There you go.
Yes.
Hey, thank you, Iham. I would like you tonight. I also heard Mayim Bialik mispronounce Fraser Valley as Fraser Valley. I recorded it on my phone and sent it to you guys just to say, hey, I'm not alone in this, okay? This is on national TV. So
I say, son, we should be going to that there Fraser Valley for a cache bash.
happy belated birthday to Dave Westy.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
There you go.
There's a FTAS from Keats here that says, whoops, got that one? Any cannot miss caches I should check out
Ooh.
when in Bellingham.
Ooh. You know
There
what?
have been a few in the chat, but
Isn't there a webcam in Bellingham?
There is a webcam. There
yeah,
used to
it's
be
on a
two.
college campus.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be two. Is there only one now?
Don't know.
And also, there's some great caches in Bellingham. But Bellingham, it's like any community. It's a larger community, so
Mhm.
there's lots of different places. But I really like caching in and around the Fairhaven part of Bellingham. I think that's my
Well,
favorite part of Bellingham.
Briarling says the Geo Post Office in Fairhaven is a good one
Mhm.
to grab.
Yep, absolutely. That's T.W. Lair's cache, I
I
think.
believe it is. Yeah.
And so, yeah. Also, Nervous Energies has been hiding some caches in Bellingham, and they are great caches. I have enjoyed those.
Did you know that Ken Jennings is a fellow geocacher?
Well, I don't remember seeing him at Geo Woodstock in the Fraser Valley, so maybe that's why he doesn't know how to pronounce it.
That's right. He's afraid to go up there.
Yeah, he is now. What else we got
There's
here?
a good earth cache on Chuckanet Drive, just south of Bellingham.
There's plenty of good earth caches and
There you go.
Adventure Labs, and yeah. Oh, GC code there from Komikino. Is that the
The webcam.
webcam on the campus, the university
Must be,
campus?
yep.
Okay, and so that's the only one now? The other one's gone?
I don't know.
Because that one I think is called University of Christie or something like that. One on the, anyways, going by memory.
And in case you want to know, you can go to fraservalleycachebash.bryling.com, which
Ooh.
seems just wrong to say out loud.
There you go. So yeah, lots and lots to find there. So Bryling says, ooh, what do we got here? Geo Post Office and TV Transfer Station, Letterbox Hybrid, GC, 4 X-Ray, 3-1 Charlie. Yes, fantastic geocache. A lot of fun. I enjoyed that one.
Nice. Oops.
Okay.
I only recall one webcam in Bellingham.
There used to be two. There was one sort of, it was in a kind of an odd location, so it must have been like a traffic webcam or something. But there was the one at the university, and there was another one. I think that was by the same cache owners, but it was kind of like midtown. Anyways, cool.
Keats, I won't say it's a can't miss, but I have a new small puzzle cache at a beautiful park that's GC Alpha Mike. Thank you. And now I'm completely lost where I am.
Alpha Mike 4-3 Golf.
Thank you. Like I can't even find where I was reading that anymore.
Cannot compute.
So there you go. That's Nervous Energies.
There you go, Nervous
And
Energies.
one more, and we'll roll out with the rolling out of new episodes every Saturday at 5 a.m. because Keats gets up early. He's on it. He bought a GoPro Hero 12 camera to assist with his videography. He's a videographer, you know.
Indeed.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us. And until next week, get out, flip a switch, and go caching in the Northwest and try to